Most Seattle neighborhoods have their own unique vibe, but Capitol Hill, it has about 10 different ones. After helping nearly 100 families find homes here in the last year, we've seen $10 million homes ranging down to $250,000 condos, all on the same street. So today, we're talking about Seattle's most vibrant neighborhood, from quiet parks to loud bars and everything in between. By the end, you'll know which part of Capitol Hill is right for you. All right, let's talk location. Capitol Hill sits just 4 minutes from downtown Seattle by light rail. If you want walkability plus transit access, it is one of the best neighborhoods in the city. The neighborhood covers about 2 square miles just east of downtown. I-5 runs along the west side. The Capitol Hill light rail station, which gets you downtown in about 4 minutes, or you can take a bus to the UW in about 6 minutes. It's incredible. That light rail has been a game changer going north or south. So here's what makes Capitol Hill different from every other Seattle neighborhood. It is not one place, it's like 10 different neighborhoods all smashed together. Broadway runs north and south through the middle as the main commercial strip. Then there's 15th Ave, which has its own thing going on. 19th Ave feels completely different. You've got Pine Street near downtown, and then just walk 10 minutes and you're on quiet streets with 100-year-old craftsmen's homes. So here's what most people don't realize about Capitol Hill. The amenities here aren't just plentiful, they're wildly different depending on which block you're on, and I'm gonna show you that next. So, Capitol has more things to do per square mile than any other Seattle neighborhood, and the variety is wild. You've got 2 major parks within walking distance of each other. Volunteer Park, my favorite, covers 48 acres and was designed by the Olmsted brothers back in 1901. It is not just a patch of grass, it's got formal gardens, the Seattle Asian Art Museum, a century-old conservatory full of exotic plants, and a restored water tower with an observation deck you can walk up to. You can climb up there and see Elliott Bay, Mount Rainier, the entire city skyline. People go up there for sunrise, for sunset, for proposals, for just sitting and thinking. It is awesome. Then you go a few blocks south and you've got Cal Anderson Park. Totally different. More active, more social. It's got the waterworks fountains, championship level basketball courts that run pickup games all day, open lawns where you might see some people doing Tai Chi, throwing frisbees, playing volleyball, or just laying out in blankets. The park hosts a Sunday farmers market during the summer. And yes, I have seen flash mob dance performances there too. It's the kind of park where something is always going on. If you're a young professional who just wants green space to decompress after work, both parks work. The amenities here serve everyone. So let's talk food and shopping. Broadway Ave is the main commercial strip. You've got Elliott Bay Book Company nearby with 150,000 books across multiple floors. It's one of the most coolest independent bookstores in the country. You have vintage shops like Revival Shop where you can find cool vintage clothes. The Pike Pine Corridor running west to downtown has indie record stores, chocolate shops, pop-up markets, tons of bars, tons of different restaurants. The restaurant scene is serious here. Spinace makes handmade pasta every single night. You can watch them hand roll tangerine ribbons through the window. They are so famous and highly recommended if you're looking for great Italian. We've got incredible sushi from Momiji to Star to Aoki. You've got also cool wood-fired pizza places, pasta places, and we have so many coffee shops that are local. None of these places are chains. These are places with actual chefs, real menus that change based on what's in season. So if you care about food, really care about it, Capitol Hill has options most Seattle neighborhoods don't. But here's what ties to all these amenities together. The housing options are just as diverse, from $1 million historic homes to entry-level condos, and I'm gonna break that down next. The arts and culture scene is super strong here. We've got gallery spaces, art studios opening their doors for monthly art walk nights. You can walk into the Gage Academy of Art and see what students are working on. Artist talks happen in coffee shops. You've got all kinds of cool installations showing up in random storefronts. So if you're into art or creative work, you don't have to go looking far, it finds you. Now we gotta talk nightlife, because this is where Capitol Hill's diversity really shows. Some people love it, some people avoid it on purpose, some people love it until they realize they live right next to it. You've got Barboza and Chop Suey bringing in local bands, DJs, almost every single night. Cannon is a famous nationwide cocktail bar where bartenders make drinks in laboratory glassware like they're doing chemistry experiments. They are the coolest, most original craft cocktail bar that we have in Seattle. Then you've got Unicorn, a carnival theme bar with arcade games and bright colors. It's meant to be ridiculous and fun. Q Nightclub hosts electronic DJs that go past 2 a.m. on weekends, and you can see the music spilling onto the street. People leaving bars really loud at closing time, especially on Pike and Pine. You will hear this, that's just the reality. So here's why this matters. If you're in your 20s and 30s and you want to walk to bars and live music right next to you, living near the Pike Pine corridor is perfect. If you're raising kids or you value quiet nights, you want to be on the residential side, 15th Ave, 19th Ave, Volunteer Park area, north of where the Broadway arterial ends. You're still in the neighborhood, it's just a completely different daily experience. Community events happen year-round. They happen in Volunteer Park. The Capitol Hill Block Party is huge, takes over several city blocks every July with multiple music stages, art installations, vendors, and activities. It is a whole festival. Nonprofits host outdoor movie nights in Cal Anderson Park. We've got public poetry readings happening on summer evenings. Wellness workshops pop up in community spaces. That level of choice within a 10 to 15 minute radius does not exist in most Seattle neighborhoods. Let's talk real estate. The housing in Capitol Hill is just as diverse as everything else, and that's exactly what I mean about $8 million homes, $300,000 condos, all on the same street. We're gonna start at the top. The east side of Volunteer Park and north of East Prospect has some of Seattle's most expensive homes. We're talking beautifully restored craftsman houses from the early 1900s, Tudor revival mansions, Mediterranean style estates. They're not old houses, they're the kind people stop to look at. Formal gardens, heated slate patios, rooftop decks with views of Lake Washington on one side and Puget Sound on the other. Recent sales in this area have everything ranging from $3 million for a 4-bedroom craftsman bungalow to over $8 million for some of the more historic homes. So if you want a historic home with character, space, and views, and you have the budget, this is where you look. These houses attract families who want the Capitol Hill location, also want a yard, privacy, and a house that feels special. You're a 10-minute walk from Broadway, you're close to the best private schools in the area, and you can live in a completely different world than the condos that are near Pike Street or Broadway. So let's talk about these condos and townhomes. Throughout the heart of Capitol Hill, developers have built mid-rise condo buildings over the last 10 to 15 years. You've got 2 and 3 bedroom units typically running from $700,000 up to $1.5 million. These buildings usually have secured underground parking, shared rooftop terraces, fitness centers, some have pet wash stations. So if you want modern amenities, low maintenance, and walkability, that's the sweet spot. Then we have the townhomes. So many awesome townhomes have been built here in the last decade, costing about $800,000 up to $1.6 million. They give you 3-story floor plans, some with private garages and some with yards. These work well for families who want to stay in Capitol Hill but need more space than a condo offers. You get a little outdoor area for your kids or your dogs. That's what we have in our place, but you're still walking distance to everything. And here's the reality. Not everyone needs $1 million home to live in Capitol Hill, and that's what makes this neighborhood accessible. Here's the entry-level market. You got studio and 1-bedroom condos in converted mid-century buildings along the southern edge or western edge of Capitol Hill, starting around $300,000. These units usually have open floor plans, exposed brick, original hardwood floors. You don't necessarily got a lot of space, but you do have a lot of character, and you got immediate access to Capitol Hill's cafes, galleries, transit, everything else, and an easy walk to downtown businesses. You have young professionals, creative, and people downsizing buying these because they'd rather have less square footage and more lifestyle. The price range matters because it means Capitol Hill isn't just for wealthy buyers. You can get into this neighborhood at $300,000, or you can spend $8 to $10 million or more. That range doesn't exist in most Seattle neighborhoods. Market dynamics stay relatively balanced here despite the high demand. You continue to have some new buildings going up. You've got developers converting old office buildings and hotels into condos. That keeps the supply coming. Average days on market can run around 21 days. Of course, it just depends on whether it's a condo, townhome, or single family. Homes can sell anywhere from 97% of asking price up to 105, 110%. It means it can be competitive, but not always crazy. Houses move, but they're not necessarily getting 15 offers like some other Seattle neighborhoods. So here's what this means for you. If you're buying, you need to move when you find something you like. They don't sit for weeks, but you're also not competing against 10 other buyers on every single property. If you're selling, you can get close to your asking price if you price it right. You're not in a seller's market where you can overprice and still get offers. Here's the pattern most people miss about Capitol Hill. The neighborhood doesn't just offer different housing options, it offers different lifestyles at different price points. A $300,000 studio, a $1 million townhome near 15th, an $8 million historic home near Volunteer gives you prestige and views. All three are in Capitol Hill, all work, you just need to know which version matches what you actually want from your daily life, not what sounds cool when you tell people where to live. So that's Capitol Hill in a nutshell. I could go on and on, but if you want to see what Capitol Hill looks like on the ground, I mentioned it before, the streets, the parks, the vibes, I've got something for you. I've got the complete walking tour of Capitol Hill where I show you everything we just talked about. Volunteer Park, Cal Anderson, the residential streets, the commercial areas, 15th, 19th, Broadway, the historic homes, the new condos, all of it. So if you're thinking about moving here, you're curious about what one of Seattle's most popular neighborhoods actually feels like, this video shows you. Click the link in the description or the card above to watch the walking tour now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.